Dear listeners, in this audio, I will speak to you about Krishna, who he was, what unfolded in his life, what fragrance his teachings carried, and how that fragrance can lead a seeker toward the ultimate truth. But remember, Krishna is not a historical figure to be studied. Rather, Krishna is an inner phenomena to be tasted. You can collect all the facts about him and still miss him completely. But if even for a moment you fall silent while listening, he will enter you like a breeze entering a window left slightly open. Krishna began as a child. Krishna began as a child, but not the usual kind of child that the world expects. His mischief was his meditations. His innocence was not helplessness, but an overflowing of awareness. Even his so-called crimes were hints of cosmic play. When he steals butter, he is telling you that which is essential must be sought, not that which is superficial. Because butter is the essence of milk and Krishna moves only towards the essence. He steals the essence of your ego the same way, quietly, joyfully, leaving you lighter and better. The flute he carries is also not just an instrument, it is a teaching. A flute can sing only because it is empty. Krishna holds the flute to say, become empty, become hollow, and let the divine breathe through you. As he grows, his being begins to radiate love. Not the love of dependence, but the love of overflowing fullness. His dance with the gopis is not a romantic tale, it is a spiritual metaphor. The gopis are the scattered fragments of your consciousness, and Krishna is the center. And the dance is your own journey back to unity. But existence never allows an awkward being to remain hidden. From playfulness, he moves into the complexities of kingdoms, politics, relationships, and wars. And yet, like a lotus leaf untouched by the water it floats upon, Krishna remains centered. And then comes the great dawn of the Bhagavad Gita. Born not in a temple, not in a forest, but on a battlefield. Truth rarely descends when everything is comfortable. It descends when life cracks open. Arjuna is trembling, Krishna is still. The disciple collapses and the master expands. Arjuna says his bow is slipping, that his heart is confused. This is exactly the doorway Krishna needed. When the ego breaks, wisdom enters. Krishna begins very gently, speaking in the language Arjuna can understand, and he places the first seed of awakening. Dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तर न मोहति. Just as the soul passes from childhood to youth to old age through this body, so also it passes into another body at death. The wise are never deceived by this. So Krishna begins by losing Arjuna's grip on the body. He says, begin here, you are not the body. You are the one who witnesses the body. This is the door for the simple devotee. He must be shown first that life is larger, deeper, beyond the physical. Arjuna listens, but he is still caught in emotion. So Krishna again speaks in a language filled with simplicity and beauty. Nasto vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sata. The unreal never is, the real never ceases. And this is not a philosophy. This is a sword cutting through illusion. Krishna is leading Arjuna from outer identity to inner truth. But Krishna knows the seeker cannot jump into the infinite directly. The mind needs symbol first, forms first, something tangible to hold. So he begins revealing the divine in small, relatable pieces. Like a mother feeding her child bite by bite, bite by bite. He says, Rasoham apsu konte. I am the taste in the water, O Arjuna. Prabhasmi shashi surya. I am the light in the sun and the moon. Pulyagandha pratvichya pratviyam cha. I am the sacred fragrance in the earth. These are not descriptions of a god living in the sky. These are descriptions of consciousness permeating existence. Krishna is saying, begin anywhere, even water, even sunlight, and you will find me. Because I am not a person, I am the isness of everything. Slowly, the teaching deepens. The casual listener becomes intrigued. The devotee begins to feel devotion rising, and the seeker begins to sense that something vast is approaching. Then Krishna speaks the words that shake the very foundation of the ego. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of all that exists. Here, I does not mean Krishna the individual. It is the I of pure consciousness. The I am before birth, after death and beyond time. If you listen with the ordinary mind, this sounds like arrogance. If you listen with silence, it is the truth of your own being speaking through Krishna. Arjuna's old belief system begins to crack. He starts to see that the God he worshipped was too small and too limited, and Krishna is expanding his understanding. And then Krishna unveils the central fragrance of the Gita, the union of the seeker and the sought. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvahcha mai pashyati. He who sees me everywhere and everything in me, for him I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. This is the language of a mystic. Duality dissolves here. Krishna is no longer outside Arjuna. He is the witness within Arjuna. Now Krishna takes Arjuna to the peak. The curtain between form and formlessness is about to fall. Krishna says, Kshetragyam chapi mam vriddhi, and know me also as the knower of the body. Now here is something we need to pay attention. Krishna is not saying that he is the body or the doer. Krishna is saying that I am the knower, the pure witness, the untouched consciousness within everything. Arjuna is trembling again, but now with awe and not fear. His mind began to dissolve and his heart began to expand. Krishna then reveals the ultimate path, the path of sovereignty, the path of inner mastery, when he said, Uddharedham atmana atmanam, lift yourself by yourself. This is the most revolutionary statement ever spoken. No savior is coming. No external force is freeing you. You must become your own light and your own refuge. And then Krishna whispers the truth known only to the awakened. When he said, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, one who becomes Brahman becomes utterly peaceful. This is not the peace of sleep. This is the peace of awakening. The peace that arises when all inner wars end, when the knower stands alone, luminous and centered. Finally, Krishna gives the last key. the key that unlocks the inner kingdom. Yogi Bhava Arjuna. Become a yogi, Arjun. Krishna said, do not become a believer. Do not become a ritualist. In fact, do not become a scholar, but become a yogi. Because it's the yogi who lives awake, who lives rooted within, and who lives anchored in awareness. And this is Krishna's final invitation. Realize the truth directly. Do not believe, do not imitate, do not borrow, but realize. Because the realization is the only worship. Now, this is where the discourse must turn inward. Because Krishna is not only speaking to Arjuna, he is speaking to us. Every confusion that tormented Arjuna is tormenting you. Every attachment he struggled with, you are struggling with it. Every fear he carried, you are also carrying it. Every illusion that blinded him is still blinding you. And every possibility he had, you have in you. So Krishna is not asking for your devotion. He is asking for your awakening. He is calling you into the depth of your own being, where the fragrance of the divine is already waiting. Look within, turn within, and dare to be silent. Dare to witness your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own breath, and you will begin to see the same truth Krishna revealed to Arjuna. You will see that within you too there is a battlefield, the battle between conditioning and consciousness, between the old self and the unborn self, between fear and freedom, and between illusion and truth. And if you can remain centered, if you can remain a witness, then slowly the noise will begin to recede. Thoughts will begin to lose their weight. The mind will begin to become transparent. And through that transparency, something radiant will shine. The same radiance that shone from Krishna's eyes on that battlefield. And then, my dear listeners, you will understand Krishna has never been outside you. He was always the forgotten part of you, the awakened dimension within you, the song of consciousness waiting to be heard. So, let this discourse not become mere knowledge, okay? Let it become a turning point, try to make it a subtle shift in your inner axis. Try to make it a new beginning, where your life stops being a series of reactions and become a journey toward realization. Because when Krishna says, the knower of the self is my very self, he is declaring that the moment you awaken and the moment you see without the mind, the moment you witness without wavering, you will become Krishna. Not in the form, not in the story, but in consciousness. And this is the essence of Gita. Not to worship Krishna, but to become Krishna. Not to sing his name, but to find the flute within your own emptiness. Not to bow before him, but to bow before the infinite silence that lives beside you. Because when the seeker disappears and only awareness begins, only awareness remains, that awareness is Krishna. That awareness is God. And that awareness is the ultimate truth. And the one who enters this awareness will enter eternity. So, I recommend that let this be your meditation tonight, where you can sit silently, find a place, close your eyes, let thoughts come and go like passing strangers, and do not chase any of them. Do not fight them, just witness them, and slowly, you will begin to feel a subtle music. And this subtle music will be the sound of the presence. It will not be a melody, it will be a being. It will be the flute of Krishna playing from your heart. And follow that music. My dear friends, follow that music. It will take you home.